In the heart of a golden desert, the Spear tribe thrived around a lush oasis. Their days were filled with hard work, laughter, and the simple joys of community. Men herded camels and goats, women wove intricate patterns, and children learned the ways of the desert. Each evening, the tribe gathered by the fire to share stories and music, lessons of courage and respect echoing in the night. Their leader, Sheikh Omar, was wise and fair, ensuring peace and unity among his people. Under his guidance, the oasis became a sanctuary, welcoming travelers and trading peacefully. The Spear tribe cherished their harmony with the desert, facing challenges together with strength and love. Their home was a beacon of safety in a harsh, beautiful world. But peace in the desert was always fragile. The golden silence of dawn could be shattered in an instant, for the desert, though beautiful, was a land of constant uncertainty. Every tribe knew that safety was never guaranteed, and that danger could come from the most unexpected places. In the distant rocky hills, ruthless bands of thieves lurked, preying on travelers and camps. These outlaws watched from the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Their knowledge of the land made them nearly invisible, blending into the rugged terrain as they plotted their next move. These raiders struck at night, stealing livestock and supplies, leaving fear in their wake. The darkness was their ally, and their attacks were swift and silent. Families would awaken to find their herds gone, their food stores raided, and a sense of dread settling over the camp. The Spear tribe built defenses and posted lookouts, but the threat was ever present. Watchtowers rose above the tents, and barriers of thorny brush circled the camp. Every night, sentinels scanned the horizon, searching for any sign of movement in the moonlit sands. Sheikh Omar remembered past losses and taught vigilance, watching for any sign of danger on the horizon. He gathered the young and old alike, sharing stories of raids survived and lessons learned. His wisdom became the tribe's first line of defense, instilling caution in every heart. The tribe's warriors trained with their spears, ready to defend but hoping never to fight. Each day they honed their skills in the shifting sands, their eyes sharp and their resolve unwavering. They knew that unity and preparation were their best hope against the ever-present threat. The shadow of the thieves weighed heavily on Omar, who prayed for wisdom to protect his people. In the quiet of his tent, he sought guidance, knowing that every decision could mean the difference between safety and disaster for his tribe. He reminded the tribe that peace must be guarded, for greed and violence were never far away. Around the campfire, he spoke of courage and vigilance, urging his people to stand together and never let their guard down. The oasis remained a target, and the tribe's unity was their greatest shield. The palm trees and cool waters offered comfort, but also drew the eyes of those who would take by force what others had built with care. In the desert, safety was never taken for granted. Every day was a test of resilience, and only through vigilance, wisdom, and unity could the Spear tribe hope to endure the ever-present threat of thieves. Among the tribe was Tariq, an orphan found after a sandstorm and raised by Sheikh Omar. Tariq grew up learning the desert's secrets, mastering the spear, and earning the tribe's respect. He was swift, clever, and humble, always putting the tribe before himself. Omar saw leadership in Tariq, teaching him not just to fight, but to value peace and wisdom. Tariq led by example, taking on the hardest tasks and inspiring others with his courage. His journey from lost child to trusted warrior was a testament to his spirit and the tribe's compassion. The people admired him for his skill and heart. Tariq's loyalty to the tribe was unwavering. He would do anything to protect his home. One moonlit night, Tariq stood watch atop a lonely dune, his silhouette outlined against the silver sands. The desert was quiet, but he remained alert to every sound, every whisper of wind, and every shifting shadow. The weight of responsibility pressed on his shoulders, for he knew the safety of his tribe depended on his vigilance. Suddenly he caught faint voices drifting from a rocky outcrop nearby, low, urgent whispers that didn't belong to his people. Hidden in the darkness, a group of thieves had gathered, their faces obscured by the night as they plotted their next move. Moving silently, Tariq crept closer, careful not to disturb the sand beneath his feet. He pressed himself against a rock, straining to hear. The thieves spoke of a daring raid planned for the next new moon. Their scheme was clever. Create a distraction in the north, then strike from the south while the tribe was divided. The thieves laughed, mocking the tribe's supposed weakness. They were certain of an easy victory, boasting about the riches they would soon claim and the glory that awaited them. Tariq watched and listened, memorizing every detail, their numbers, their weapons, the way they moved and spoke. He knew that even the smallest detail could make the difference between disaster and survival. When the thieves finally dispersed, Tariq slipped away into the shadows, his heart pounding in his chest. He moved quickly but cautiously, knowing that if he was discovered, all hope would be lost. The fate of his people now rested on his shoulders. Back at camp, Tariq wasted no time. He went straight to Sheikh Omar, the wise leader of the tribe, and shared everything he had learned, his voice urgent but steady. The sheikh listened gravely, his eyes never leaving Tariq's face. He trusted Tariq's judgment, knowing the young man would not bring such news lightly. Word spread quickly through the camp. The threat was real and imminent, and fear flickered in the eyes of the tribespeople as they gathered to hear the news. The tribe's warriors were summoned in the dead of night. They armed themselves with spears and swords, their resolve hardening as they prepared to defend their home and families. Tariq's courage and quick thinking inspired the others. His bravery gave them hope, and his warning gave them a fighting chance against the coming danger. The time for action had come. The tribe would not wait to be taken by surprise. They would meet the threat head-on, united and determined. As dawn approached, the Spear tribe stood ready, their spirits unbroken. They would not be caught unprepared, for now they knew the enemy's secret plan. The warriors gathered, tense but united, as Sheikh Omar revealed the thieves' plan. Tariq stepped forward, proposing a bold counter-strategy. Use the thieves' own deception against them. A small group would create a noisy distraction in the north, while the main force hid in the south, ready to ambush. The tribe listened, hope rising as Tariq laid out his plan with clarity and confidence. The elders nodded, recognizing true leadership in the young warrior. With a single voice, they agreed to follow Tariq. Omar placed his hand on Tariq's shoulder, entrusting him with command. The tribe prepared for battle, united by trust and determination. Tariq was no longer just a warrior, he was their leader. The fate of the oasis rested on his courage and strategy. Before dawn, Tariq divided the warriors into two groups. Jamal led the northern decoy, making noise and light to lure the thieves. Tariq led the main force in silence, circling wide to the southern dunes. Every step was tense, the desert shadows thick with danger. Tariq chose a narrow pass for the ambush, perfectly hidden by the dunes. The warriors crouched in silence, spears ready, hearts steady. Tariq's leadership inspired calm and focus. They waited, invisible in the darkness, for the enemy to arrive. The plan was set. Every man knew his role. Dawn would bring the test of their resolve. As the first rays of dawn crept over the endless dunes, the desert was momentarily silent, holding its breath. Then, suddenly, the stillness shattered. Shouts rang out, and the unmistakable clang of metal echoed from the north, signaling the beginning of a fierce confrontation. Jamal's decoy was working perfectly, drawing the enemy's attention just as planned. The warriors, hidden in the shifting sands, watched as the trap was set in motion, every heartbeat heavy with anticipation. The thieves, deceived by the clever ruse, charged recklessly from the south, their confidence blinding them to the danger ahead. They thundered across the open sand, straight into the jaws of Tariq's waiting ambush. Concealed among the rocks and dunes, Tariq waited with nerves of steel. He watched every movement, and when the last thief entered the narrow pass, he raised his hand, signaling his hidden fighters to spring the trap. In a sudden, coordinated surge, the warriors rose from the sand like spirits of the desert, unleashing a deadly volley of spears that caught the raiders completely off guard. Chaos erupted instantly. The thieves, surprised and disoriented, scrambled to defend themselves. but the sand beneath their feet offered no escape. Steel clashed with steel, and the air filled with the cries of battle. The spear tribe moved as a single disciplined force, their unity and training overwhelming the raiders' confusion. Shoulder to shoulder, they pressed forward, driving the invaders back with unwavering resolve. At the front, Tariq led the charge, his spear flashing in the morning light. His courage inspired his warriors, and his every move was swift, precise, and unyielding. In the heart of the fray, Tariq confronted the scarred leader of the thieves. Their duel was fierce and desperate, but Tariq's skill and determination prevailed. He outmaneuvered his foe and disarmed him with a final decisive blow. With their leader defeated and hope lost, the remaining thieves dropped their weapons and surrendered, fear and exhaustion etched on their faces. The battle, though brief, was decisive. The desert sands bore witness to the tribe's victory, and the warriors stood tall, their spirits unbroken. The tribe's unity, courage, and clever strategy had turned the tide. Together they celebrated not just survival, but the strength of their bond. The oasis, once threatened, was safe once more. Life could return to its peaceful rhythm, and the people could breathe easy again. Thanks to Tariq's leadership and the tribe's unwavering spirit, the threat had been vanquished. The desert would remember this day, a day when courage and unity triumphed over chaos. Victorious, the warriors returned to the oasis, greeted by cheers and tears of relief. The captured thieves would face justice, and the tribe's wounded were few. That night, the oasis came alive with celebration, music, feasting, and stories of bravery. Sheikh Omar embraced Tariq, declaring him the tribe's protector and leader. In a moving ceremony, Omar presented Tariq with a gleaming spear, honoring his courage and wisdom. The people cheered, their faith in Tariq unshakable. Tariq remained humble, crediting the warriors who fought beside him. The tribe's unity had brought them victory. The oasis was safe, and hope burned brighter than ever. Tariq had found his true place among his people. Under Tariq's leadership, the Spear tribe flourished in peace and prosperity. Their reputation spread, and thieves dared not threaten the oasis again. Tariq trained new warriors, teaching not just skill but honor and wisdom. He built networks of scouts and patrols, ensuring the tribe's safety. As Omar aged, Tariq became his trusted advisor, governing with fairness and compassion. The people loved him for his daily dedication and humble heart. Tariq's story became legend, a reminder that courage and loyalty can change destinies. The peace he brought was his greatest legacy. The Spear tribe's oasis remained a beacon of hope in the desert.